All right, good afternoon, everybody. We're in the final mentor session of the day. Amon Digital Wallet is with us, Daniel, their CEO. We have three mentors with us who will shortly introduce themselves. We'll start with Rita, please, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Ram. Yes, hello, Daniel. My name is Rita Myntinen, and originally born in Finland and currently live in Germany. My main tasks nowadays is to be a non-executive director with few companies, and I have also done some angel investments, and I've been involved with the Accelerator Frankfurt from the very beginning. Prior to my life, I was in various different operational roles globally with two American companies, mainly in the chemicals area. And blockchain overall is a technology that I'm interested in, and that brings me also to the Wave7 this time. So that's all Ram.
Thank you, Rita. Philip, you're next.
Hi, Daniel. Philip Kaiser is my name. I'm with Hilaba, one of Germany's largest wholesale banks. So we're focusing especially on business with large and very large corporates. Nevertheless, blockchain is very interesting to us. We already had started a joint venture, a small one, in testing blockchain capabilities for settlement of specific loan agreements, so-called Schuldscheindarlehen, which you might not know because it's a special product we have here in Germany, or the German-speaking area of Europe. I mentioned in the first half of the session that we're also very interested in everything that's going on right now with central bank digital currencies, Libra, and all these other currency topics that are discussed right now. I'm heading the corporate development and digitalization department with Hilaba, and also co-heading the subsidiary focusing on corporations and investments in startups. So very interested in the next 45 minutes.
Excellent. Thank you, Philip. And Michael from Israel, please.
Hello, hi everybody. My name is Michael. I'm running A2B Startup Accelerator in Jerusalem, a partner accelerator with Accelerator Frankfurt. We had the privilege of writing together the very first program, and we are following our partner accelerator in Germany for quite a while. I'm also representing a VC called Launch It Capital. We invest in early stage startups and working with few others angel investors in Israel. I'm here to help you in anything that you need in order to be investment ready.
Great, guys. So yeah, Daniel, you heard them. They come from the investment side, the banking side. Keep it simple, not crypto expert, not blockchain expert, and take us through it from the whole investment side of things.
Okay, yeah, guys. So I will just give you a brief introduction about myself. So my name is Daniel. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founder of Amon. We have been around for a couple of years. So myself, I have a background in financial services. I worked for 7 years in insurance, and I was leading the department of products. And we have other two founders. It's Christian, he's our CTO, he's a full stack blockchain developer. We also have Jules as other co-founder, and he's also a software architect, so he's a blockchain full stack developer as well. Our wallet is a cryptocurrency wallet. Well, our slogan is we make cryptocurrencies easy to use for everyone. It's an AI-powered wallet. So I will briefly, I don't know if you want me to go through the presentation, or how is the best way, Ram, to go now? Just tell me what do you think?
Mm-hmm. To be honest, if you put the canvas, I would think
you could show the presentation if you want quickly, so they have an understanding. But afterwards, since they are investors here, would be good to identify your key audience, the key channels, and KPI revenue streams.
Okay, yeah. Let me try to share the screen.
So Amon is a company registered in Estonia, right?
Correct. Yeah. Even if at the moment we are opening also another company in the UK because of the approval that we received for the card. So we basically we have we are incorporated in Estonia, but we're opening a holding which will be based in the UK.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I will just go through the presentation to give you, you know, a background. So, so we know that 90% of regular users perceive crypto as complicated to use. So what we created is a user-friendly wallet, which is powered by an AI system where that makes crypto easy to use for everyone. What are the Amon features? So first of all, in our wallet, you can receive and withdraw both crypto, but also fiat. So we believe that users that they want to use crypto, they also want to have it integrated with fiat. So we have at the moment 8 cryptocurrencies, and we have euro. Any users can basically use a virtual IBAN. So if you go into our wallet, it's live, so you can download it on iOS, Android, and also we have a desktop version. You can basically go into the fiat wallet section, and you can see your IBAN, and you can you can transfer funds in, euro funds in. We have then an exchange, is a one-click exchange. So you basically, just with one click, you can convert crypto to crypto or crypto to fiat. We have then what we call Amon Earn. Amon Earn is an investment product for crypto. So it's it works very similar to a saving account. So you basically, you transfer your crypto into this section and you start to earn passive interest. So we have yearly passive interest. So it's a yearly interest, but you as a user, you receive every Monday the proportional percentage of the interest. So every Monday you receive a small amount of interest, and we send you a notification with this interest you receive. Then, so this is what we already have live. So if you download your wallet, you go through the KYC, you will be able to use all these products already. Then what we are going to do next is other 2 parts of the wallet. So one part is the card. So we have been approved by UnionPay to release a multi-currency card. It's a card which works in euro and pounds. But of course, in the wallet, you can exchange with the cryptos, and then you can spend in euro or pounds. And then everything is powered by an AI. So this is something we're working on. It's basically a section of the wallet that will be useful for the users to make better investment decisions on their cryptos. But we will see this maybe more in detail in a minute. So what I want to say is that we have been alive already for a couple of years. So we have around about 1,500 users. 1,400 of them, they already used our Earn product that we talked about before. We have around about 400,000 euro as funds held of our users. And we have also been awarded in Malta AI Blockchain Summit as a top disruptive company in May 2019. Let's go a little bit more into the AI part. So we know that a lot of our users, so we have done some questionnaires, and 95% of our users, they use crypto as investment. We know that crypto is volatile, and that the users, they're looking for individual advice. So what we are creating here is an assistant, it's an AI assistant, which is based on 3 layers. So the first layer is a statistical tool. So users will be able to enter into this section, and they can see, they can track back historical performances of the crypto that they have, that they can discover new patterns, and they will be able also to receive notifications on the trends. Then there is the second pillar, which we call risk assessment analysis, where we will be able to analyze the portfolio of the user and give them a kind of a score so that they can then make their own assessment on their portfolio and then take maybe different decisions on their investment. And then a third part is the forecast. It's a short-term fluctuation forecast. So based on the market sentiment analysis, on the performance, on the historical performance, we'll be able to tell the users how the market can look like in the next 2 to 5 hours. So it's not a long-term forecast, which would be very hard to predict. But this will be useful for them when they want to exchange their crypto, or if they want to maybe buy something with the card and then they want to exchange for some crypto. So this will come useful for them in this occasion. Here's a little bit of the market. So the crypto market, a lot of people think that this is still a niche, but it's not anymore a niche. It's been evaluated as 850 billion market. And according to Cambridge reports, the users went up from 5 to 46 million from 2016 to 2018. If it keeps growing at this growth, there will be 800 million users in crypto in 2022. This is a picture of our competitors. Our competitors is composed mainly by wallets that they're focusing on the card. There are not many wallets out there that they received an approval for a card like our card. So indeed, for us, it took us more or less 12 months to get approved this program. But the competitors like Wirex or Crypterium, they're mainly focusing on a wallet with a card. So you can have a card and you can spend it. They don't have investment product like we have, and they also don't have this AI part to help users in their decisions. Our business model is similar to a bank. We make money from card transactions, from exchange rates, from withdrawals. So it's very similar to a banking app, basically, bank. That's a little bit our milestones. We started our journey in April 2018, where we finalized our ICO. We raised around about $1.5 million in crypto. We launched our wallet. Then last year, we joined an acceleration program with MKB. MKB Bank is one of the largest banks in Hungary. It's an institutional bank. We raised extra funds from them, 225,000 euro. Then we launched our exchange and earn product. And this year, we also joined another acceleration program, which is backed by an Italian VC, which they already invested in us. We're finalizing now a small investment for joining the acceleration, and they're already committed to invest more in us by the end of June this year. That's a little bit what we did and what we're planning to do in the short term. So in Q1, we upgraded our KYC and also the Euro wallet. We have a new partner. This because of all the card regulations. So we also the legal framework, as I said before, we are working on creating a new construct because of the card release. And then we have been approved, as I said before, by UnionPay. In this phase, we are preparing more for the go-to-market. We are testing a little bit about the AI. We are also starting the integration of the card, which means that we are starting the IT integration. And then in Q3, we plan to launch a statistical model and portfolio management launch. If feasible, we'll be able also to test some cards in the market. This is a bit of our team. As I said something before about our team. So myself, I have a financial background. We have very techy teams. So Jules and Chris, they are two full-stack blockchain developers. We have a business angel, which is Sava, which is also our legal advisor. He's a UK lawyer. And then we are backed by this bank in Hungary, which is the fourth largest bank in Hungary, and also by Digital Magic, which is this VC in Italy. Yeah, that's our pitch. And I don't know if you already have maybe some questions which I can clarify, and then we can go to the canvas.
Okay, may I start?
Sure, go ahead.
So I might have missed it a little bit earlier because of I had a little connection problems. So via your app, I'm able to exchange from fiat to crypto and also the way back. from crypto to fiat again?
So explaining, we have both crypto and fiat. So if you want to deposit crypto, of course we have a wallet, so you can receive the crypto and you can withdraw it. If you want to instead receive or withdraw fiat, we have a virtual IBAN. We have a third service provider, which we have a partner basically, which through APIs it provides to each of our users a virtual IBAN. So from your bank account, you can basically make a wire transfer to our app, and you will see then the euro funds within the Amon wallet. Then, if you want to exchange between the fiat and the crypto, you just go into our exchange, which is an in-app exchange, is a one-click exchange. You just say, okay, I want to convert 500 euro to Bitcoins. We are connected with the 5 liquidity providers. So we check the best rate between the liquidity providers, and we execute the payment basically, and then you convert.
Understood. Perfect. So you mentioned one of your slides that 95% of your users using Amon as an investment vehicle. What about the remaining 5%?
So the remaining 5, so what we did is more questionnaire saying, are you willing to spend your crypto, or are you mainly holding them, right, as investment basically, how do you say it? So the other 5% likely are the ones that basically are buying crypto and then they also want to spend them. So we see that there is quite low percentage of users that at the moment they want to spend crypto. It's more like they have it as investment, but they still want to have the possibility to spend them if maybe it goes up basically. So we believe basically that crypto on its own, I mean, it can't exist just the crypto, if you want to go mainstream. People buy their coffees in euro, in pounds, in traditional currencies. They don't want to buy Bitcoins and then it goes down and they can't buy, anything anymore. So it's fundamental, the integration between the fiat and crypto. If you want to go mainstream, if you want to increase the adoption of the crypto.
Good. So, and you also said that you do have an own investment product. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? So, especially the question is, how is it structured? Not in terms of where do you invest in, but what kind of a legal framework is around it? Especially, what happened with the funds if Amon would go bankrupt, for example? How does that like?
Okay, so I explain you first of all a little bit of the construct. So what we do basically, the product is the following. It's a kind of a saving account. So when you go into our wallet, you pass the KYC. Then there is one section is called Earn. If you go in this section, you have the possibility to transfer to deposit some crypto in this section. If you deposit the crypto in this section, so you move it from your main wallet to this kind of saving accounts, which we call Earn. Automatically, what we do, we loan these cryptos to hedge funds. And these hedge funds give us a percentage of interest, a yearly one. So it can change over the time. It generally goes between 3 to 10, 12%. Depends. 10, 12% is more for stable coin. We have 2 stable coin. DAI and USDC. Bitcoin is around about 4%. Ether is about 3.5% yearly. So it's all automated via API. So if you deposit there, we move these funds to our partners. And at this point, every week the partner provides us with the interest. And this interest, we reverted part of it to our users. So we don't use these funds for our daily activity or to pay our bills. It's funds of the users. So if we were to go bankruptcy, what we do, we return the funds to the users, which at the moment are in the hands of our partners basically. When a user on a legal framework side, when a user enters in this part of the wallet, they sign a new terms and condition. So when you sign up the wallet, you sign up terms and conditions. When you sign this, when you enter in this section, you sign up a new terms and conditions, which is the agreements we have with our partners, which regulates a little bit the relationship between us and the users. Yeah, that's how we regulate on a legal framework side. So where we ask permission to the user to send these funds to a third party.
Okay, thank you.
So a bit more into this, because obviously the interest received is very attractive compared to zero interest at the moment on saving accounts, regular savings accounts. Can you tell me, Daniel, so where is the risk at the end of the day for using your earn product? Where for me, is there a risk if it's like a saving account?
Yeah, I mean, the risk is always an investment product. So to generate interest to you, we have to loan these funds to hedge funds. So what is the risk is, so these hedge funds, they pay collaterals. So they pay collaterals to our provider so that if they go bankruptcy, our partner can still use the collateral to pay out the funds. But this one, it's of course a risk, but it's the same when you invest in a fund, in a normal fund, basically. To receive some interest, they have to invest these funds, and they might also go bankruptcy. You know? So
Okay.
it's the same construct, basically. I mean, it never happened in the past 2 years. But yeah, it can happen at one of these hedge funds, it goes bankruptcy, and then we need to use the collateral to pay out. Okay.
Understood. Rita?
I have no question at the moment.
Okay.
Maybe
I have one question about customer acquisition. How hard it is, or how much it costs to gain another customer?
Can you share the canvas, by the way, Daniel, with the target customers there? Yeah, thank you.
Okay, yeah. So related to the customer, so our users are mainly coming from either the ICO that we did 2 years ago, where we had around about 4,000 investors, or they're coming from organic at the moment. So we are not doing active marketing at the moment to acquire new users. This is mainly due to budgeting reasons, and we are mainly trying to accomplish what we think is a complete wallet for our users. But in terms of acquisition, at the time of the ICO, so which is a couple of years ago, we were acquiring users for something around about 10 euro. This one was mainly on social media. So here I put a little bit some of the channels we can use and we used to use during the ICO, which are very likely to be the same. So we know that there are some channels, you know, that they don't convert much. For example, Google AdWords is a channel which brings you a very costly user. So it's not a top channel there. But we know that all the Facebook, Instagram, for example, these are social medias. Also Reddit, for example, is very good for acquisition. We also tested the influencers. So we had the people like also YouTubers talking about us. This was a good channel for us. Also mentions in blog. For example, there are quite a lot of, if you write the top wallets 2020, we actually have, for example, a big blog post for this where we are rated quite high in the UK, Google. There, for example, we contact the blogs that are in the first positions in Google. We just pay them and they mention us. Okay, the same for the card. So these are parts where we used to acquire quite a lot of at that time were investors, but in this case will be users. Events are also important mainly for brand awareness. So we joined, for example, last year the Malta Blockchain Summit, which I think in Europe is one of the best for blockchain. So we have been awarded in May, and then in November we stay there with the stand, and there it's very good for brand awareness. If I were to say cost per acquisition, it can be between 10 to 15 euro. Then what is the next, let's say, limitation or burden is the KYC, because we lose quite a lot of people on the KYC. At the moment when you, I mean, this is a compliance thing, so we can't really change it, but when you log into the wallet, the first thing you have to do is the KYC. And this one, it doesn't take long for the user, but still they have to make a selfie, take the documents, show the proof, the proof of address. So this one, it is our first burden basically. And this one is something that we are really working on now. We are releasing a new version of the wallet with the Ionic 5, and we are revising a little bit also this process. But yeah, I hope I've answered to your question.
So what are you looking from the Accelerator Frankfurt program? What's your next 4 weeks like objective?
So yeah, so for us it's basically the third acceleration we're doing. So in general, we think that acceleration always brings you something new. So you meet new entrepreneurs, you meet new mentors, people that give you advices. So this is a little bit also one of the reasons for which we join it. But we are also doing a fundraising. We are actually talking more with, as I said before, we are also part of another acceleration. This acceleration is a 5-month acceleration that we started in January. They are putting already some funding in the company, and what we want to do with them is, of course, another fundraising. So we also looking to meet new investors and potentially investors that they can join our fundraising together with our Italian VC. I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, I had some trouble on the speed on my microphone. So tell me, currently your revenue streams, if you go down a little bit, Daniel, are they, which one is actually the biggest portion where you see the revenue streams coming from? And then relating that to users, how do you see the development of users and the growth? Are you measuring the growth on a month to month? How are you following that?
Yeah, so in general, for us, the biggest chunk of the fees, they might come from the exchange. Because in the exchange, we have a bit more margins. And also, so what is a bit the development is that once we will have the card, what will happen is that a lot of users will use our wallet also as exchange. So people that they deposit crypto, the first thing that they do at the moment, so the general path of the users, they deposit euro, then they convert it to crypto, and then they move it to the investment product. That's what they do at the moment. Okay, so we receive euro, they convert to one of the cryptos, and then they put it in the investment product. Then when we will have a card, so what we foresee is that users will deposit the euro, probably convert to crypto, put it in the investment product, but then they also will have from time to time exchange it and then spend it with the card. So this process will imply that we will increase the number of exchanges, the volumes of exchanges, and of course there is a small profit we also make on the card transactions. We plan to introduce some we call it add-on, which are like additional services attached to the card. For example, lounge at the airports or insurances. And this will allow us to probably have a recurring revenue from a monthly fee. We know that we have seen that a lot of users, they are very keen on new services or on additional services, and they might be willing to pay a small monthly fee, which for us would be a recurring revenue, in exchange of having some extra additional services, like it can be an insurance on their phone. Or a lot of our users are travelers, so they are millennials, they travel, so they probably won't have an insurance on health insurance, for example. But these are all add-on that we can add, and this will be provided basically by our issuer and the card scheme. It's already agreements that they already have, so we would just need to to fix a little bit better what will be the product structure, but this will come into a monthly fee. So yeah, as a development, that's what we see. When we will have a card, this will be a wallet where users is a one-stop wallet. So you can have your euro or pounds, you can convert with crypto, you can earn interest from your crypto. A lot of users, they just hold until the crypto maybe goes up for who knows how much, so they can earn interest, but they can spend a euro if they want. They can also not touch cryptos. So it's a place where they will be able to handle everything in once.
It sounds very, very easy to use and comfortable, but it is with a lot of competition around you, isn't it? How are you dealing with this?
If you think on crypto-related wallets in Europe, you can really count on your hands the number of wallets that have a card. So, and these are the ones that I showed in the slide. These are crypto.com, crypto.com, which is not delivering yet in Europe, at least not everywhere. Wirex app, and Crypterium and Spend.com. So these are 4 players that have a card, but to receive this approval is a really lengthy process. So anyone that will start a wallet like this now, they probably have a card in 18 months, 2 years.
So if we're talking about the NFC working at Android or iOS, and people are slowly moving towards using their mobile phones, and the card will not be used anymore, will you lose your main advantage?
No, I mean, I think what you meant is that with your wallet, you can pay directly to merchant, right?
Yes.
I think this, so I think we are quite far away to have a solution like this, that can unify, things. So what is happening at the moment is that you can put your card on the on your Apple basically device or Android, and you can pay directly with your phone, but you have a card connected to it. That's something that we can deploy basically. Having a normal card, we can add this functionality. Having an NFC, where from your wallet you pass the funds to the merchant. It's a solution that is very far away from being implemented. It's still far away, this one.
But in any case, Michael, actually Union Pay, which is their partner, does offer mobile payments with NFC. So once you have the Amon credit card, you just integrate it to your mobile phone and you can pay in the shops.
Correct. Yeah, it's a debit card. Yeah, but yeah, correct.
Mm-hmm. Tell me, Daniel, are you actively marketing it to get more users, or are you mostly getting stuff ready before mass adoption?
We at the moment we don't do active marketing. We don't do marketing active. So one of the reason is a budgeting reason. So we want to complete our wallet and we need funds for this. So we are not. So what we receive is new users every month from our organic. So we have quite good blog. We have been working on this for 2 years now. So we have quite a good amount of visit on the blog and also on the website. We have mentions around, so we receive users every month, but we don't do active marketing.
And as investors, what could we do to have a look at your business case? Do you have it already? Is it possible to get that per email?
Like a business plan, yeah.
Yes, the full numbers and what's the potential out there now that you're raising funds.
Yeah. We have this one is something we're doing with the other accelerator. We are it's so for me it's finalized. So they are reviewing it a little bit. So we have the Excel, so where you will see the development. We will have the next 5 years. It's a 5 years business plan, business case, or business plan, whatever we want to call it. And then we have a longer presentation where we go a bit more in details of all the products. So this one, yeah, we can definitely share it already.
Okay, great. I'd like maybe to sit on it with Rita and look at the numbers if that's possible.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. For me, it was great. Yeah.
Can we see just the problem and the solution section?
Yeah. Can you see it, right? You can see it?
Yes. Michael, you can see it as well?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if you want me to go through it. It's more or less what we explained, or if you just want to have a time to read it.
It's basically very similar what we see across most of the blockchain-based startups where it comes to hard of use and basically new users and the difficulty of adoption.
Correct. Yeah. Here, the problem, the main problems are, first of all, yeah, the crypto are hard to use. A lot of people are still using crypto as investment. So you need in your wallet a solution to provide them an investment product, which it's a great product, because a lot of users, they're just holding. So they just want to hold it. And if you don't have this solution, they will just have to use another product, another wallet. So we started from this side because we realized that most of the users, they just want to earn interest from what they have already and just wait. But still, if you want to then create this adoption, you need to merge it with fiat. Otherwise, people will just hold the cryptos. So that's why then we introduced the euro. We are putting in the pounds as well, and then we are providing a card. At the same time, for us, it's I explain you this a little bit at the beginning of our project. What we wanted to do is, so we foresee that people were investing not only in Bitcoin, but also in other cryptos. So what we thought is to create a clever card where people could spend the crypto in a more clever way. We thought of an AI system which could suggest you what it was the best performing crypto of your wallet, but then we saw some limitations in this. So that's why then we decided to apply another AI part where you still get advices on your investments on your portfolio. And this is a part that the users really care about, because even if you want to, so even for simple thing, for example, if you want to know what's the volatility of Bitcoin in the past 3 months compared to Ether or compared to Ripple, it's still hard for you to go through all these crypto and compare them, and see, yeah, maybe I want to put some more funds in this. So having a tool which gives you some analysis, some suggestions, which sends you some notification, this will make users happy about the product. So it's an add-on which actually we have not forecasted any fees for this or any revenues out of this, but this one is an add-on product that users will love.
Daniel, when you look at your 1,500 active users that you have, is there anything specific to those? Like, are there certain geographies that are majority or dominating, or is there anything about those users that will say that this is the majority and this is really the first area to grow on?
Yeah, so our users are mainly focused in Europe. We have some other countries like US is a good place, Brazil, Turkey. These are the places where crypto are also very strong. But we tried to concentrate our users mainly in Europe because it's where we can release the card.
Okay.
And in terms of countries, the strongest country are Italy, Spain, UK, Germany, Austria, Netherlands. These are the places where we have more users, and they're also more active in our Telegram group. As age, we identified mainly millennials or people that go from 25 to 45 years old. So this will be mainly our target. Our users at the moment are quite crypto experts, I would say, also because part of them, they come from the ICO world. But yeah, so our goal is not only to attract very techy crypto experts, you know. We created a wallet which is easy to use for users that are also approaching crypto. So that's why it's quite easy. If you will log into the wallet, you will see it's very easy to use. And one component maybe that I didn't say, and that we also think is important, this is part a little bit of our branding strategy we want to have, is the part of the ethical. So we have seen that a lot of users, they also care about ethics or environmental project, for example. So what we want to create is some functionalities in the wallet where they can earn cashback from, for example, the payments, you know. So when they spend with their card, they will get a cashback in our token. We want to create some functionalities where they can give part of these rewards to donations. So they will be able to select, you know, what is the the donation company. We have already seen that a lot of them, they accept also crypto, but that's also one part that we want to focus on, you know, and this will be also another point of differentiation from others.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Guys, is there any further questions you think you have?
I can maybe add a note. It's great that you are raising money to finish the product completely, but be aware of the fact that it will never be perfect. And if you are increasing the number of users, you might learn a lot about what they need. This is the lean canvas this is the lean startup that we are practicing. The state of mind that we want to make sure that the product is perfectly developed and designed. It might meet the users and find out that they actually have a different problem or a different obstacles along the way. You might need to do a process where you are constantly checking the progress and evolving the product accordingly, and not doing the whole production, the whole fully designed and perfectly working product, and then finding out that this is not actually the main problem of the user.
Oh yeah, I totally agree on this. We did, for example, some marketing last year. The point is that, so for us, there was let's say a big question mark, which was when are we able to release our card? Because we have been in the process for quite a long time into the acceptance process, which is normal for crypto companies, you know, to take longer time for getting an approval. The problem is that when you start to acquire a user in, let's say, May last year, and then he has to wait 10 months to get a product maybe that is waiting, you lose this user. And we had this problem also during the ICO, that since the ICO it passed 2 years, and there have been a lot of users that then they got fed up. You know, they said, yeah, I mean, we also want to have this in the wallet, and you don't have it yet. So it's totally true what you say. At the same time, if we start the acquisition before, then we really have what the user is looking for, the user would just leave. Okay, so that's the problem we had, and we had to deal it. And now that we have an approval and we can be sure of when we release the product, then is the time. You know, it's time that we finalize the raise and then we go for it. And we are really preparing for the marketing. We already added a new social, because of crypto regulations. It's quite complex also to advertise on social. So we are creating a new account that will only deal with the fiat. You know, there are things that we are doing already to prepare for it. But yeah, I totally agree with you in general. You know, that's the problem is that, you know, when yeah, we had this point, you know, that we didn't know when the approval would ever come in.
Okay, guys, we are out of time actually. Daniel, really thank you for taking us through your business. You will still next week have one more mentor session, but I think we will get a lot of material to work on in the next 3 weeks afterwards. So be a bit patient, but the hard work is yet to come. Now it's just collecting. For the mentors, really thank you for being there. Drop me an email what you think the guys should work on. Where do you see any potentials? This is very helpful. It's not only coming from one of you, but we're getting it from 30 people. So we do get to construct a pretty good approach and a strategy moving forward.
Okay, thank you. It's a very interesting
you.
day.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you
very much. Okay.
Ciao, bye.
Ciao, bye.
Bye.
Thanks.